Welcome Adorama TV to Dublin. We're going to AES 2019 and in this show I wanted to bring in my favourite products from the show. Some amazing stuff. So come on, follow me. So here we are with Freddie from Nugen.
Hi.
And we've been applauding their plugins for I don't know how long because they are so awesome.
Well,
Freddie,
thank you.
Tell us a bit about them.
This is the Loudness Tool Kit. It includes VisLM, which is our timecode locked loudness meter with a history function. It includes LM Correct, which is our quick fix loudness correction tool, and ISL, which is our true peak limiter. All of these work in up to 712 surround, but they also do stereo, 5.1, 7.1 and so on. The newest thing that I'm excited about is the latest Sigmod update. So Sigmod is kind of our utility belt plugin. It has 12 different modules that you can use. They're all kind of single process modules. Some of them do quite utilitarian tasks, like we have a left-right switch, a sort of linear 100% wet delay, trim, phase and mono checking and so on. But the really exciting thing we've just added is the Insert VST3 module. That allows you to use VST plugins even inside a DAW like Pro Tools. Basically any DAW that doesn't currently handle VSTs, you can use all of your VST3 plugins within that. You can also use it in conjunction with the other Sigmod modules. So for example, I've got the mid-side encoder and decoder either side of this here. So that means that although I've got ISL inserted here, at the moment that's actually working in mid-side mode, even though ISL doesn't have mid-side functionality natively. So you know, really flexible. You can use that with anything. You could make a mid-side reverb with that, which is obviously not something that you'd normally get, but they can sound really cool. You can, you know, make a mid-side distortion, like any weird and wonderful thing you can think of. I was messing around with some kind of tape emulation stuff, but in mid-side not long ago, and that was getting some maybe not necessarily usable, but definitely interesting sounds, I'd say. So yeah, that's the latest update of Sigmod.
So here we are with Lee.
Hey, how you doing?
How are you doing, Lee?
Yeah, good to meet you.
From PreSonus?
Yeah, indeed, yeah, and we're here in AES in Dublin, which is great for me because I live here. So it's only up the road.
So the one thing I did want to focus on today, or just have a good look at, was Studio One.
Yes, indeed,
free DAW for everyone. You just go on and you download it, right?
Well, yeah, so there's three versions. There's Prime, which is free, which actually gives you unlimited recording and kind of allows you to learn how to use Studio One, the drag and drop and stuff like that. So you'll see how easy it is to use. Then you can upgrade to the kind of middle version, which is Artist. This would allow you to do a full professional production for very not too much money, and then you can go up to the Pro version, which is also it's around €399, so it's pretty affordable for a full professional software with built-in mastering and tons of features. But people are really liking the ease of use with it. Everything's drag and drop and very easy to use. So.
And you can pull up your own instruments in there and your own VSTs and...
Exactly, so you can build you get an empty page, which is, I'll actually maybe show you a little bit.
Show us
yeah. So the idea is that it's a single window interface. So we're trying to keep it away from, you know, lots of confusing windows overlapping and stuff like that. So you got one window, you can do audio recording, you can do instrument recording, so you know your drum machines or your synthesizers and stuff like that, which will be controlled by MIDI. So. And then you can put on effects, compression, all those sorts of things, so you get the mix really right to balance the individual tracks. But drag and drop is really the key here. So if I want to set up, say, this synthesizer, just drag it onto the page. It sets up the track and the synthesizer in one move.
Okay,
So
it's really simple interface use.
Super easy, and then you can do the same with effects. If I want to put like a delay on something, just simply drag it on there. And that's it, done. Before you would have to do 5 or 6 steps to do that, and then you're kind of bored. But here you just drag it on and it's done. You can move on. You know.
And do you have unlimited tracks?
Yes, unlimited tracks. Yeah, indeed.
Both MIDI and audio.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow,
yeah,
brilliant.
Yeah, there are some features that the lower versions won't allow you to do VST and stuff like that, or mastering built in and things like that. But what's really nice about Studio One Artist is you can buy individual features from the PreSonus shop, which is built in. So while you're using the DAW, you can go into the shop and maybe buy some string samples or compatibility with VSTs and things like that. So you don't have to pay the full amount for the Pro version, just individual elements as you build with the software. So,
awesome.
Yeah, it's good.
So here we are with Jim Dunn of Smart Studio. And he's just going to tell us a little bit about this amazing system that you can get and walk into a building and have yourself a studio before you know it. Jim, what's the story?
Okay, Keith, it's something we've been working on for quite a while. Coming from a background in the recording studio business, I've seen the process was quite a long, elongated process to get from an idea to a build to a finished studio. So we decided to refocus on the story and actually come up with a new way of doing it. And it meant taking it away from the hands of the builder, bringing it back into the workshop, working out how we design it first of all so it works acoustically, then working out how we actually manufacture that, and then putting a team of guys together who can now go out in the field and install it on site. So we've kind of taken the builder out of the picture, whether he likes it or not, but the main reason is because this is such a specialized area. There's a lot of moving parts in the studio, and you need a skill set that understands how all the bits come together. And my experience working in the audio industry has, you know, for good or for real, given me that kind of a background. So here we are with Smart Studio.
And Jim, tell me I'm right in saying it's, for want of a better term, a Lego studio. It's a modular system that comes together and ultimately builds you a perfectly acoustic room.
Absolutely, Keith, yeah. It's all about the modularity. There's a couple of reasons behind it. First of all, we use regular material, building materials, so therefore we don't want to be taking material in and cutting into pieces. We take it in modular in its own sort of format, which means it's a modular size, which means we build the rooms on blocks of 1.2 meters. Now we can do smaller sections as too for custom sizes, but generally speaking, we're working on 1.2 meters, and that way every wall module is identical to every other wall module. We have window modules and door modules, but we're the only company that can say that we've got half of your studio in stock, because your traditional build requires you to arrive on site with all the materials and the job starts the day you get to site. We actually have our warehouse full of materials, all pre-manufactured, so therefore when we talk to you, we can talk about starting your job. We're 50% of the way to having your studio built when we agree the contract.
Because going and building your own studio, finding an existing building, trying to make it isolated, you know, put your studio in an existing building, it's really incredibly hard.
Absolutely.
Because of the amount of stuff that you have to do just to isolate the room.
Yeah.
And you guys can just walk in. Well, first off, you guys can talk to me and say, listen, this is going to be the price straight off.
Yep.
No hidden costs or anything?
Absolutely not. You know, price only changes if you change the spec.
Wow. What happens with the wiring and that sort of stuff? It's all catered for?
It's all catered for. We know that the room in its own right is not an end. The room is a host space. It's got to accommodate equipment, it's got to accommodate people. So therefore, within the modules, we make accommodation for all of the wiring. In fact, we'll be asking you, where are your speakers going? Where's your desk going? Because we want to make sure that the points are on the floor, the points are on the wall, where all the cables come out. So therefore, when you get your installer guys in, they just simply put the cables on the ends on the cables and put in the gear and go to work.
And ultimately, if I don't like the area, I can just move and bring my studio with me.
Absolutely. A key feature, especially in this modern day world where you may come across a building, you can sign a 20-year lease, and 5 years into the lease, next thing the landlord wants to double, treble the price. What's the options? Suck it up, or hang on a second, let's move it to another location as such. We have an online cost estimator. So you can log on to the website, give us your name and give us your email address, and that will let you into a page which lets you look at various options in terms of room size and room cost. So therefore, when you're putting your plan together, along with your equipment budget and your installation budget, now you can get an accurate cost for your studio. This has often been a very slow point with a traditional build where you have to engage a team of people to work at a budget. Well, with our situation, you can actually get a budgetary cost immediately. So therefore, it helps you with your planning process, helps you with your budgeting process. Go anywhere in the world, we take care of Ireland, obviously from Ireland, and the UK and Western Europe, and then we have allied partners where we use companies who have got CNC equipment in remote locations. At the moment we're talking to people in New Zealand and in LA. We won't be building the modules for them as such, but we'll be selling them a license and giving them the know-how to build the modules themselves in their own location, and then we will go out to site and help them install it.
Awesome, awesome. Good one, Jim. I'm Keith Alexander and you've been watching Adorama TV. Don't forget to subscribe to Adorama TV for more great videos. And tell us what you think. You can like, comment or share this video, and please come by the Adorama Learning Centre for more great information and advice.